listen. Higher self wanted me to let y'all know this. Look, you got to crack yourself to wake yourself. You gotta crack yourself to wake yourself. You gotta crack yourself to wake yourself. Y'all probably like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Jump Man? What do you mean, Ukanichi, man? What do you mean, Flip? What do you mean, Ron? Listen. Once you finish cracking yourself to wake yourself, it ain't gonna be no more cracking yourself. And what I mean by that is, once you realize self, once you realize this reality, once you realize who you are, once you realize all the different pieces of the puzzle, or a good majority of them, you're going to start becoming numb to the bullshit. Meaning, when you wasn't numb, you let it crack you. Meaning, you let it get to you. Talking about you let things bother you. You let trauma, you let your emotions get in the way. That's cracking yourself. But once you finish cracking yourself to wake yourself, you're going to understand, and understand that whatever you're going through, after you wake yourself from cracking yourself, you will understand, and understand that this is just an obstacle that I set out in front of me. This is just a detour that I put in front of me. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Jump Man? What do you mean, Flip? What do you mean, Ukanicha, man? Because when we agreed to come back here, we set bumps in the road. We set detours. We set different traumas to go through. We set setbacks. Chosen ones, light workers, set these things before coming back here, because part of the agreement, or one of the things that we knew that was going to happen before coming back into the physical, was we wasn't going to have our memories, our past life memories and stuff, our higher self. So in order to get back to that, because we're in the game of the gods, playing a game against some other beings that already know what's going on, that set the board, that set the chessboard, and already set different rules and laws and shit in this game, in this matrix, and we came back lost. So we had to crack ourselves to wake ourselves to get through this game. So we had to set different shit in our path to reawaken ourselves. Getting back to that timer, that alarm that needs to go off. But bots, NPCs, non-player characters, and sheep gonna keep going through the same shit and don't understand, overstand, and understand why they keep going through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But a chosen one is going to understand, understand why they going what they going through. And once they wake themselves from cracking themselves, that shit gonna go back like a motherfucking quick season. Like a motherfucking quick shower rain in Florida. It's gonna, like, you just roll through this shit, or it just rain in one spot. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna phase you, because you gonna understand that it's super temporary and it's short. This just part of my little obstacle that I set for myself to crack myself, to wake myself. You know what I'm saying? And once you do get to that point of awakening, all the other little shit that you set in front of you that you haven't met, now it's just a test to see if you really raise your frequency, if you really raise your vibration, if you really raise your consciousness, if you really raise the level of knowing self and knowing this game and knowing this matrix. Is you gonna let it get to you? Is you gonna let it throw you off balance? Is you gonna let you forget who you really are? Is you gonna let it forget you're in the game of the gods right now because you a god, generator, operator, destroyer? Is you gonna let those test obstacles throw you off course of who you really are? Nah, you not. Because once you really know who you really are, after you crack yourself and wake yourself, you moving through this bitch like Neo. Shit don't faze me. So what? I don't care. Bye. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I'm gonna bounce back. That shit ain't nothing. That shit don't even matter to the real me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't faze me. Like, I ain't worrying about that shit. Tomorrow, next week, it's gonna be a battle. Because we create our own reality. So, chosen ones that are curious and wanting to be enlightened, keep cracking yourself to wake yourself. Hotel, man. Peace. Sunrise in the background. All day.